could you? How could you, Jack?
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Cut! That was horrible! Who wrote the scripts? Welcome to the movie show!
Active FM.
What's up?
Hey yo, what's up?
Yes.
Come to the movie show
On Active FM.
with myself, Ryan.
And I am Sesh.
Welcome. What a glorious day it is to be listening to the movie show.
Yes, definitely.
I know that you clicked on this show with anticipation. You were like, the movie show. Awesome. I'm telling you, we will not let you down.
We will definitely not let you down. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit more different to what we normally do, because normally we do reviews or, like fun facts and stuff like that. But today we're actually going to be looking, first of all, at a little bit of what you would call a scandal, if we could put it in those terms, that involves two actors who are pretty big actors within the movie industry. Both of them have acted, well, the one's acted in many Disney movies. The other one has acted in a DC movie. You're probably like, I wonder who they're speaking about. Well, if you carry on listening, we will tell you. And then later on in the show, we're actually going to let you know about every movie release date that has been affected by the coronavirus pandemic. So if you don't know, there were a whole lot of movies that were supposed to come out in 2020, as they normally do every year.
Actually, movies we were actually movies that we're actually looking forward to.
Right? Like a lot of movies. This year had a good lineup.
And some movies I think that we weren't really expecting.
Yes.
They're like, oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Really? Virus. Oh, come
Right.
on.
And most of them, sadly enough, have been moved out not even by 2 or 3 months, literally to next year. Like a lot of the movies that were supposed to be coming out now have all been pushed back to 2021. But we're going to give you the exact date so you can put them in your calendar and you can start counting down correctly to the new release dates of movies that were supposed to be released. There are, however, some movies that have not yet been pushed back, but at the moment we're not sure if that's just because, they're waiting to kind of see what happens in the next few months and then decide, okay, should we push it back, or if they're planning to release it somehow, even in the lockdown states that the world is in. So yeah, we are going to be talking about that later.
And some movies are not complete, but some movies are complete.
Right.
They're just not going to release
They're
it.
not releasing it.
And you're probably thinking, but why don't you release it digitally? Come on, man. Big campaign, iTunes, Watch Party. I don't know. You can do something like that. There's apparently a thing on YouTube now with the same thing. I think it's called YouTube Air or something like that, where you can go live on an event and you can watch people's reactions to your event.
That is so
By
cool.
the way, yeah. So why don't they just do that? And the thing is that certain directors actually want a premiere. They want to go the
There's
whole...
something about a premiere, though. Let's be honest.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I'm sure we all miss getting together. So, we're going to celebrate the inner coronavirus by getting together and watching a good movie.
Yeah.
But that comes up later on. You want to definitely be listening up for that one.
Yes. So first up, before we get to that, I was scrolling through Instagram, as one does,
I have no clue what you're talking about. No, me too. I'm with you.
And like I've mentioned previously on our show, I follow a lot of movie facts, movie info, movie things. By the way, Ryan, this is completely off topic. Do you know we have just celebrated 1 year of the Endgame release? Did you know that?
It's been a year.
This morning or yesterday, not yesterday. It was Tuesday. What was the date? Tuesday, the 28th of April. I got a notification on Facebook where, how it brings back memories? And we took pictures, or we actually took boomerangs, next to the Endgame movie poster when we went to watch it, and that came up as a memory. So on the 28th of April last year, me and my family actually went to watch Avengers Endgame. But it has been a year, a whole entire year since the release of Avengers Endgame. Can you believe it?
I remember.
Moving back to the scandal. So I was scrolling through Instagram and I came across a post about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Now, if you don't know, what happened a couple of years ago was Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were married, and she came out and basically accused him of violence. What's it called again? when
Domestic
violence. Thank you. I'm like home violence. It's not home violence. Domestic violence. And
well,
she then,
domestic home.
yeah, but the correct term.
Right.
Yes, there we go. And she then filed for divorce, and it was a serious thing. In fact, it was so serious that Johnny Depp's career got affected by it, and there were movies. In fact, the last Pirates of the Caribbean didn't do as well simply because Johnny Depp was in it, and now people were like, "Oh no, he beat up Amanda Heard. You know, he's a man beater, a woman beater. I mean." Sorry.
I wonder who the man beater is.
Right. And yeah, so basically it didn't do that well. And it even actually cost him his role as Captain Jack Sparrow, which I was completely heartbroken about. But that's how serious it affected his career. Then on Instagram, I saw this post. So there has been a petition to remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2. And this petition has reached over 400,000 signatures. In other words, so Amber Heard acted in Aquaman. She was the girl with the blonde hair. I can't remember her character's name now. I actually can't remember. But anyway, she was in it. But that people have been signing a petition to remove her from Aquaman, and the amount of people so far that have signed it is 400,000 people. And you're probably like, why all of a sudden? Well, Amber Heard has been recorded. So a recording was released saying that she punched Johnny Depp, and she is currently being sued by him for defamation. Depp also claims that she cut a part of his finger off, and that she basically went to the bathroom on his bed, if I could put it in nice terms.
The most polite way
possible. Yes. The post further went on to say that Warner Brothers, who is the studio that made Aquaman, wished Amber Heard a happy birthday on Twitter, and there was a serious uproar. People flipped, and Warner Brothers is in for a real disaster for Aquaman because of Amber's violence. The person who posted this said, personally, I'm not going to see Aquaman 2 if she's in it. I'm not an advocate for cancel culture, but the moment someone uses violence on another person, you can no longer separate the actor from their work. Also, I'm getting a lot of hate for that statement, and while I do stand by it, some of you guys gave really good counter arguments. So this person is not happy about the fact that Warner Brothers puts her in Aquaman 2, and there's this whole thing that has now come out about the fact that actually what went down, I think it was in 2015 when they divorced, was not what came out, and the reason she wanted to divorce him is not the reason, which is quite interesting. I was like, sure, that's hectic. Yeah. So, yes.
Yeah, this is quite an interesting one, because the first time I heard the story, I was like, well, you know, maybe he was hurting her and she was just getting back. And so now that became the focus type of thing. But the interesting thing that got me was this, is that within the first, month or so?
Yeah, within the first month.
Within the first month or so, she took off a bit of his finger because he wants. Okay, so what happened was that when two people get married, there's obviously certain, now especially as an actor, you've got to protect yourself in certain things. So there are certain contracts that are signed up so that if should a separation happen, it's not going to leave one actor like homeless or whatever,
right,
to put it mildly, type of thing. So obviously Johnny Depp had, within his best interest, needed her to sign a contract on a specific deal, let's put it that way, if a separation should happen. And she flipped and got mad, and she threw a vodka bottle at him, hit apparently a post or something like that, in which then ripped off a bit of his finger. Now
and there's photos.
That's within the first month.
That is right within the
that's
first
like,
month of marriage.
That already is like, okay, now if already there already starts off there, that already tells me that, yeah, she's a violent person, right?
Definitely a violent person. In fact, the Aquaman actress, at the age of 33, opens up about her violent tantrums. Violent tantrums. That is what it's described as. She has violent tantrums. And basically what happened was, so at the time, obviously all this came out about the fact that she was being abused. Now it's like, but why now has the story completely changed from her being abused to him actually being the one that was abused? So what happened was that the couple actually went for therapy to try and resolve their marriage issues. And in this, so it was an informal 2-hour therapy session that was actually recorded consensually on her cell phone, and then now has been supplied to dailymail.com by a well-placed source. So you can actually go and listen to the conversation that took place between the two of them on the internet, because it's now been released to the public. But one of the crazy things that takes place within this conversation between the two of you. So Amber Heard said to Johnny Depp, "I'm sorry," and I quote, "I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched," Heard tells Depp, attempting to downplay her outburst the previous evening. And then she continues to say, "I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I didn't hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you." Now, hold up. Whoa. Like, if someone hits me, I'm sorry. That is assault. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you lifted your hand towards me. And now she's trying to downplay it and say, "No, I didn't punch you. I hit you." But for me, what's the difference? The fact is, that's causing violence to start. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just by you doing that.
You're taking out your emotions out.
Yes.
On me, physically.
Yes. Yeah. You're provoking someone actually. And this is the crazy part. So Amber Heard is actually an ambassador for women's rights and outspoken domestic violence. Right? And yet she is the one that is actually committing domestic violence herself.
Sorry, I've just clicked. Hang on. Okay, so she's the one who's committing, because domestic violence is not necessarily upon any gender, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's great. The article, I'm actually reading from dailymail.co.uk right now, and it continues to say it's understood there are several more tapes out there, each promising further bombshells as the former lovers trade blood-curdling allegations of domestic violence in a civil defamation case brought last year by Depp. And in the conversation, literally the whole thing, it's a back and forward conversation where Amber Heard continuously admits to getting angry, to losing her tantrum, to hurting Johnny Depp, in fact hitting him, etc., etc.
Well, she was throwing pots at him. She was throwing pots, bottles, hot things, candles.
Yeah.
It says something about cans, like metal cans, right?
Yeah.
And they can pretty much hurt as well.
Yeah. And the crazy part is that when she filed for the divorce, because she's actually the one that filed for divorce. Crazy enough, it was her, not him. You'd almost think if you were in such an abusive relationship that you'd kind of like aim to get out.
I think she was trying to make, because the thing is that when you do that, now in my view, there are stories about that. Obviously, he had then, is retaliate the right word? Like he basically, there's only a certain point you can get, then it's like, then you also start losing it. But then I think for her to turn the whole story around is to take that and then play on that and to say, okay, I'm filing for abuse because you're hitting me.
Yeah.
And it's not like, but why was he abusive towards you? Well, because you basically started, and there's some point that he now started, retaliated.
Yeah.
And not only that, but apparently in the tapes I heard that she said, she even said, "I get so mad sometimes." That was her. That's what she said.
She actually said, "I can't promise not to hurt you."
She's got a short fuse.
Yes. That is, oh my goodness, what?
I'll try my best.
I'll try my best not to kill you.
Please don't hurt me. I'll try my best.
Right?
Okay. When I get upset, I'll take a walk outside or something.
But this is the crazy part: is that his suit actually says, his lawsuit says that that he's the victim of an elaborate hoax, and it's instigated by Heard to generate positive publicity and advance her career. So this probably was done for money, and at the same time was done to actually advance her career, and it really hurt his career. It actually really really damaged his career. I mean, he lost one of his prized roles, Captain Jack Sparrow. He lost that role. Plus, it damaged his reputation, and people started seeing him as an abuser. And obviously, within the day and age that we live in, let's be honest, feminism is very, very very big at the moment.
Yeah.
And if you do anything, and for me, yes, I don't believe in female abuse. Please, no.
We're not saying,
Yeah, I'm not saying now go hit a woman. That definitely, please don't go hit a woman.
So you come here.
But the thing is, if it comes out that someone did beat up a girl, I think it's just going to be blown way out of proportion and handled extremely biased from one side. And no, I'm not saying that hitting a woman is okay, but the thing is, what about these cases where a woman is claiming to stand against domestic violence when she herself is the very definition of domestic violence in the way that she is acting. And what Johnny Depp says is, she hit, punched, and kicked me. She also repeatedly and frequently threw objects into my body and head, including heavy bottles, soda cans, burning candles, television remotes, and paint thinner cans, which severely injured me. And Heard responded with a lurid 300-page filing of her own, cataloging the horrific abuse she claims to have suffered at Depp's hands, describing him as the monster and recalling many of the allegations she made during their divorce. So, obviously, there's been, she's tried to, say, no, I didn't do it. But the point is, these recordings have come out. And, we don't know what actually really did happen,
Yep.
We don't know the truth. We weren't there. We can't say in this article, it doesn't say that he did actually hit her. In one part of the conversation, he says to her, "You punched me, and so I pushed you." Now, obviously, pushing it, that can be seen as self-defense. Also, though, I mean, they could have gone into a serious fight where one person ended up killing the other, with no jokes.
Yep.
If from this whole thing. But the problem is, what she was doing was not actually okay. And then what she ended up claiming, she just did it to push forward her own career, and she actually really stuffed him up. What she did was serious. And she also so the pair married in February 2015, but they split less than 2 years later, so they were only married for 18 years when she actually had a restraining order put on Depp over claims that he threw a cell phone in her face at their downtown LA loft.
This is now a while after, right?
Well, she claimed that he threw a cell phone
in the face. That's it, right?
She then also claimed that the police had evidence of the May 27, 2016 attack where he supposedly attacked her. But two LAPD officers later said that they found nothing to suggest a crime took place. So, Janice, and what she's saying, and from evidence and, actually hardcore evidence, like a phone call, like a recording, two LAPD officers that came out and said, we didn't actually find any evidence of a crime, is all pointing to the fact that she was lying. And then it continues to say the estranged couple eventually agreed to a $7 million divorce settlement in August 2016, which Heard says she donated to charity, but their back and forth feud was only getting started. So literally she gets $7 million out of a divorce, and then she decides to, donate it to charity.
That's a slap in his face right there. That's I'll get this whole lot of money out of you, which is going to hurt you now, and I'll give it away.
Yeah.
That's just being horrible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For me, obviously, again, you don't know the conversations that happen around the incident. So the incident is the actual action of something happening within that time. E.g., his finger getting cut off because she threw a bottle in. And the conversation that happened. But, I'm even beginning to even wonder, this is just my opinion, I wonder if this was a planned thing or something. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hey, why don't you do that and then mess up his career? I don't know. I mean, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that she's got a short fuse. There was even things about her father wanting to get his hands in on him for supposedly ruining her career. Let's put it that way.
But he didn't.
Exactly.
What happened helped her.
It was the other way around.
Yeah. She claims that that he was a hectic drinker and that he would be on drugs. Now, I'm not saying that didn't happen. I mean, he probably is, on drugs and drinking alcohol. But she said that she claimed that he would do that and then he would get extremely agitated and then end up becoming aggressive and beat her. But Johnny Depp lists at least 3 physical fights that they had while they were married. So here he actually says there were physical fights. And he then said to her, if things get physical, we have to separate. We have to be apart from one another, he pleads. Whether it's for an hour or 10 hours or a day, we must. There can be no physical violence towards each other. He continues to say, all I'm saying is we need to take time. We need to take whatever time we need, you need, I need, to kind of let things settle for a minute so that we don't kill each other or worse, really kill each other or break up or whatever. So here you can see he's actually trying to, fix, trying to bring calm into the relationship. He realizes that this can end up really bad. And he's saying, look, we can't. So from what he's saying here, it does sound like they did get into a physical fight, but a lot of it sounded provoked by Amber Heard because it sounded like, she would punch and she would hit, etc. It continues to say both Heard and Depp concede their wild marriage fails to offer security or safe environments for either star, despite rare moments that are wonderful and beautiful. Using language similar to her later court submission, Heard also questions whether the monster with Depp is gone. So this is crazy. Like this whole scenario is really crazy. I think sure.
It's difficult to make a call.
Yeah.
But from the story, I mean, the one that is just overwhelming for me is the fact that within the first month or 2 months, but let's say within the first year, like in freshly married, she already got extreme, like freaked out.
Yeah.
And threw the bottle, which all of that stuff. Because that now, okay, I understand the first year of marriage is rough, but however, sure, to come from her side already throwing stuff, okay, let's say he was being abusive, and so she got to a point and she was like, no, I had enough, I'm gonna fight back, type of thing, which is what she claimed. She said that she can fight back and she can also say things back. If she is being abused or if she's, been violently treated and stuff like that. But this is within the first month. There's a marriage. The marriage, there's freshness. There's it's all cool and stuff like that. And within that first coolness, there's already now a violent action, type of thing. And the fact that why she threw it over the fact that he wanted her to sign a thing, that immediately makes me think, why did she freak out? And again, we don't know the conversation that happened before, the words that were thrown around. An argument can start on one certain subject. It can start off on the chair, why did you move the chair? And then it can move over and it can build up about why do you always shout at me, type of, So we don't know the conversation that happened before that led up to her throwing the bottle. So it is difficult. Again, I mean, I think in a situation like this, one would want to get to know Johnny Depp or want to get to know, what is her name? Amber Heard, and find out what kind of person. And it's difficult because, I can, they're both actors. So even if I would have them sitting in my lounge, they could be acting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being good actors, etc. So it is difficult to tell, who's what when, why, etc. But apparently people are signing petitions and stuff like that, right?
No, they're not happy about her resuming in that conversation. So they've noted down the last thing that they've said. So she says, I can't promise that it will be perfect. I can't promise you I won't get physical again.
You see?
Right.
What?
She says, sometimes I get so mad I lose it. I can promise you I will do everything to change. I promise you. I'm not going to throw around divorce, and I'm not going to say divorce unless I really mean it. Then he replied, I love you and I want you to be my wife, and I want to be your husband, and I want to be a good husband. If I haven't been, I'll do everything I can to find out how to be a good husband. But then we have to note that she's the one that filed for the divorce.
And she right over there said, I can't promise. Now, a woman who is undergoing what? Domestic violence,
yeah.
right, will not want to get back with her.
No.
they'll say, no, forget it. I want a divorce. I want to get out, you monster. But instead she's like, okay, yeah, we can try again. I promise that
Yeah. But the thing is, from this conversation, the physical violence doesn't sound from their own conversation, because he keeps saying, you hit me last night. And then she says, but you hit me back. And he says, I pushed you back. Do you understand? And then she downplays the fact that she punched him. Yeah.
The first action is
From her.
She hit him. Yeah.
Which is quite...
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So, but honestly, my view on it, right? So she stuffed up his career. Literally stuffed up his career. The movie he was in that normally would do brilliantly, being Pirates of the Caribbean, didn't do well because he was in it. And as a result, he's been dropped off Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, for me, she should be dropped off Aquaman then, because... Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
She did that to him, but he wasn't the only person in the wrong.
And he should go back into Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean without Johnny Depp.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay, let's see what happens, type
Now,
of thing.
obviously, there's some people. So, as we read the Instagram, the post in the beginning, the person who posted that said he normally can separate an actor with their life type of thing. So, they can act in a movie, you're going to watch them for the movie, not for what they do in real life. But here he says he can't because there's violence involved. Obviously, he mentioned that that people disagreed with him and gave pretty good counter arguments. So I think everyone has a different opinion on whether an actor should, their personal life should affect their career. I think that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Personally, for me, yes, your personal life should affect your career, because as an actor, you are a role model to a lot of people. A lot of people look up to you. And if you're doing that in your own personal life,
right?
Yeah, it's like, well,
it's a moral thing. So
it is a moral thing.
If it's okay for someone that I like on TV to be doing something bad, then it must be okay for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, for me personally, your personal life, you do need to take care of it as an actor.
Yes.
And make good decisions, etc., etc. But based on the fact that he did lose his role as Captain Jack Sparrow, I do think that she should lose her role as in Aquaman. And a lot of people also agree with that. If you don't agree, let us know on our social media. You can just comment or DM or whatever, Active FM. And we do have an Instagram account, The Movie Show, so you can also go tell us there. But, really, for me personally, I don't know about you, Ryan, but for me personally, I think she should be taken off Aquaman. I do think they should. I think if they don't do that, the Aquaman won't do as well. I think it's going to have the same effect that the last Pirates of the Caribbean had, where people didn't do that well because of the whole now scandal around Johnny Depp. So I think they'd be smart to not put her on. Literally all they did was wish her happy birthday on Twitter, and next minute there was this uproar. Do you understand? Now that there's wish you happy birthday on Twitter, and then there's put you in a movie and pay you millions of dollars. Do you understand what I'm saying? And also just because, she did kind of stuff his career up. So, it's only fair for now your career to take to actually get what you had coming for you, because she did do it as a money scheme and as advancing her own career.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Which is quite intense.
What, the fact that I agree with you?
No, this whole situation, I was like, what?
That's a sticky situation.
That's crazy.
If I was Johnny Depp, I'd be like, do I have to deal with this? Why must I deal with this?
Don't you remember there was that time he got in trouble for bringing... So the two of them went to Australia and she brought her dogs with.
That's right.
But they didn't... what is it again? Customs, or they didn't... You know the regulations that you have to follow.
Yes.
And they didn't. And then he still had to apologize on her behalf. And it was still like he did it in a mocking way type of thing. But there he took the rap for her as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't, they made him apologize. They didn't make her apologize. She obviously was in the video, but it was put on him more than it was put on her. And it wasn't, do you understand what I'm saying? So he did take things for her.
There was played back a part that he was talking, I don't know if it was from the recording of the counseling session, where he said, no, I recall that on the plane back from Rio to Australia, he was trying to keep you calm. I don't think it would have got anything to do with that.
I think she has serious anger issues.
I think so
and she
too.
just, when she flips.
Yeah.
And then she loses it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wow.
I think that's what happened.
Right? Sure.
Yeah.
Shame. Sorry, ne?
Right. Anyway, Okay, moving on to movie release dates affected by the coronavirus. All right, so first up, we have A Quiet Place 2. Yes, A Quiet Place 2, which I'm really excited for.
Yes.
Which was originally supposed to be released on the 20th of March, which was very soon.
Like
We would have been
yesterday?
watching it, right?
Yeah.
But now the new release date is the 4th of September. So it hasn't moved out to next year, but it has moved to the 4th
Is
of
this
September.
the premiere or cinema release?
I think it's the release date.
Okay.
I
does,
think, yeah.
Does it give a country?
It does not. No, sorry, it does. US, in the US.
So it's probably
release date
there
in
probably
the US.
will be a premiere before that.
Yeah,
That's of course the whole clearance of the COVID-19. Yeah.
yeah. Then we have Mulan, which is Disney's latest live action film, which was supposed to be released also on the 27th of March, and the new release date is now July 24th. So that's moved out. Then we've got The New Mutants, which this movie was supposed to come out last year, wasn't it? Yes, The New Mutants was supposed to come out last year. Okay, so they should have brought it out last year. Anyway, that is by Disney and 20th Century Studios, and the original release date was supposed to be the 3rd of April, and currently it's to be decided. They haven't yet said when the new release date is.
These two movies are movies that are complete, right? They're
Yeah.
just waiting to be.
Yeah, no, definitely, because it was supposed to be released, unless they, slowed down, maybe took a little bit easy, because they now think, okay, we do have a few more months,
Possibly. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, sorry, we know about A Quiet Place 2 is done.
Yes.
It's finished.
Yeah, that
like
one
they were
is
going to
done.
premiere it, but then what is the
John
director's name?
Krasinski didn't want.
Yes, and in fact, if you've been checking on his YouTube channel,
Mm.
he's actually got a thing going at the moment. He's just got his little YouTube show thing going on, which is
It's
pretty
called
cool.
Some Good News.
Yes,
yeah.
that's it.
It's pretty cool what he does.
Quite funny, yeah.
Then we've got Peter Rabbit 2. The original release date was also supposed to be April 3rd, and the new release date is January 15th, 2021. So they've literally jumped to next year. They're not even putting a date for this year. They've literally jumped all the way to next year.
Yeah.
We then have No Time to Die, which is the next James Bond film, and the original release date was supposed to be April 10th. It has moved to November 25th, so to the end of the year.
Just after my birthday.
Yep, just before my birthday.
Somewhere in between.
Right. Then we have Black Widow, which was originally supposed to be released May 1st, which is today. So it was supposed to be released.
Damn.
But
I was
anyway.
going to do that today. I was going to go watch a movie.
But it has moved now to November 6th, so it's also moved to the end of the year. Then we have Artemis Fowl, which is also a Disney movie. I don't actually know much about this movie. I just know that it was supposed to be coming out, and now it's been moved. The original release date is was May 29th. But now get this. So the new release date is June 12th, but on Disney Plus. So with this one, they've actually gone for
then
Disney
gone
Plus. Yeah, they've actually gone for a streaming service. So
well, let's see how that works out. If that
Yeah.
maybe works out really well,
they're probably testing
Yeah.
it with this one, because they didn't do that with like Mulan.
right?
Yeah. Then Wonder Woman 1984, so that's the second Wonder Woman, was supposed to be released on the 5th of June. They've moved that out to August 14. So they're probably thinking it will probably all be done. I don't know, by then, hopefully. Then there's another movie by Disney called Soul, and that was originally supposed to be released in June on the 19th of June, and they've moved that out to November the 20th. Top Gun Maverick. Ryan, do you know they're making another Top Gun? Yeah.
What?
So that was supposed to be released on June 24th. It's been moved to December 23rd. So a lot of these movies actually haven't yet been moved to 2021. So far we've got one that's
Just
been
move
moved.
it. Yeah, they just moved it later on in the year.
Yeah. Then
I'm quite interested to find out what are they going to do if there are still like lockdowns and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah,
they're either going to push it back more, or they're going to have to go for an online release.
digital release.
Then we have Minions: The Rise of Gru.
You know, do you know how many times I've watched Minions? I've got Netflix, and on Netflix they've got Minions there.
Yeah.
I've watched it so many times.
So this was supposed to be released on the 3rd of July.
Sorry, you said it's called what?
The Rise of Gru.
Ah, cool.
So you see little Gru there. The trailer's on YouTube
Yeah.
if you want to go watch it. This one has literally been moved out by just one day short of a year. So it was supposed to be released on the 3rd of July 2020. It's now going to be released on the 2nd of July 2021. So it's literally moved
A year
out
and a day.
basically.
That's probably because it falls on the same day.
Yeah, chances are. So
moves
it's
a day
probably,
up, like a Friday or Saturday or something.
Yeah. Then we have Free Guy. Now, Free Guy is actually a movie with Ryan Reynolds, who is also, I think it's actually, who's it directed by? I think it's directed by Taika, who was the director of Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
So, that one, it's
And
a comedy.
Jojo Rabbit as well, wasn't
Yes,
it?
Jojo
Yes,
Rabbit.
that's
I'm
right.
just confirming. I think it was directed by him. Yes, but that's more of a comedy. Sorry, no, it's directed by Sean Levy, who's actually the director or one of the directors of Stranger Things. He actually was involved in doing
Cool.
Stranger Things, and also it's got one of the actors in it that Joey Kerry, who was in Stranger Things. He was Steve in Stranger Things. And then Taika is in it, but he didn't direct it. He's an actor. But this is a comedy.
Wow.
This is actually a comedy. It's what the whole thing, I've seen the trailer. It looks pretty cool. The only thing is, obviously, with comedy, sometimes comes dirty jokes, which I think is in this. But this one, the whole point is, so people live in, so they live in the normal world, but they live in a virtual reality. So everyone's playing a video game. It looks pretty cool. The concept looks pretty cool.
Is this like Ready Player One?
Not really, but sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. Go
Oh.
look at the trailer. So that was supposed to be released on the 3rd of July, and it has been pushed back to the 11th of December. So it's still coming out this year. Then we have Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was supposed to be released on the 10th of July. That has been moved to the 5th of March 2021. So that's been moved to 2021. Then Jungle Cruise, which is a movie by Disney, who has Emily Blunt, who's the wife of John Krasinski from A Quiet Place. She was also in A Quiet Place. And it also has The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. The two of them act in this one. It looks like one of those adventure, you know, those cool adventure films where they like go to a forest and they have to look for the secrets.
Cool.
Yeah. But this has been moved out from the 24th of July all the way to the 30th of July, but 2021.
Okay.
So it wasn't moved 6
So
days
it's like,
later.
when you want to move it? Just move it out of here.
Short a week.
It's booked up already. So then just, when's the next available date? No, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, we'll do that. Wait, let me check my calendar. Yep.
Nah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Nope. So that has been moved out also to 2021. Then Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, was supposed to be released on October the 2nd. It has been moved out to the 25th of June 2021. Then we have The Eternals. Now, isn't The Eternals a Marvel thing?
That's right.
Yes. So that was supposed to be released on the 6th of November. It has also been moved to 2021, 12th of February. So now we're getting to quite a few movies who have just completely gone with next year. They're just like, nah, move it to next year. Don't even, yeah. We also have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Now get this. This one's crazy. It was supposed to be released on the 7th of May, 2021. It has been moved to the 25th of March, 2022.
Whoa.
So that has been moved out.
That's a production impact.
Yeah, it is a production impact. Also, Warner Brothers has had a production impact because The Batman, which I think is their latest version, like they've gotten a new actor in who I can't remember his name. Again, he's from Twilight, that dude. Something. I forgot his name again. That was supposed to be released also in 2021, June 25th, but it has been moved to the 1st of October 2021. So they also moved that out a bit. Then there's an untitled Indiana Jones sequel that was supposed to be released in 2021, 9th of July. They moved that out to the 29th of July, 2022. So once again, that's also a Disney. So I think Disney's had to now go and look at all their films and they've had to like restructure everything. Sony has an untitled Spider-Man sequel, which was supposed to be released in July 2021, July the 16th.
Surely, do you... wait a second. That's either the follow-up of Into the Spider-Verse, the animated version, or it's a follow-up of Far From Her. No, not Far From Her.
Sony does still have their man.
Who released the last Spider-Man?
Wasn't it Sony and Marvel?
It was, yeah. Yeah.
But they haven't even put Disney or
it's
Marvel.
going to be
slash-
one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was supposed to be released on the 16th of July 2021. It's been moved to the 5th of November 2021. So that is still in 2021, but it's been moved to the end of the year. Mission Impossible 7. Now, Mission Impossible 7 was actually in filming in Italy during the whole outbreak, and they had to then obviously stop and completely get out of Italy.
Yeah.
So
Get out.
right. That was supposed to be released on the 21st of July 2021. It has been moved to the 19th of July 2021. Then there is an untitled Elvis Presley movie
Yep.
by Warner Brothers, which was supposed to be released on the 1st of October 2021. It has been moved to the 5th of November 21. And then lastly, Thor, Love and Thunder was supposed to be released on the 5th of November 2021. It has been moved out to the 11th of February 2022. So we've actually, I didn't realize that we had movies moving up to 2022. I just thought all the movies from
Sure.
2020 had been affected. I didn't realize that it had actually affected movies from 2021. But funny enough, with Thor, Love and Thunder, so Taika once again will be directing this movie, and he actually at the moment is currently working on the script. But what he said is he's actually glad it's been pushed back, because now he doesn't have to rush to finish the script, and he's got pretty cool ideas, he says, for the script. Now he's able to finish it with a co-writer. And Chris Hemsworth apparently posted and said he read one of the drafts of Thor, Love and Thunder, and he literally said he's never read a movie script like this. So that movie, I think, is going to be a very good movie. And Taika is at the moment working on the script and also like character concept design. So on a live Instagram feed, he was actually showing off some of the new looks for some of the characters that will be
cool.
in Thor, Love and Thunder.
Wow, he's like really going out on this, eh?
Right?
That's nice. Wow, that's nice. That means it's really going to be excellent.
Yeah. So even though it's only going to be released in 2022, they are currently working on it. Just in case you thought it took 15 minutes to create a movie.
Nope. It's that office time that nobody, don't bug me because I'm in my shell.
Except he has 2 young kids, and I think he just,
And he's crazy himself.
he's crazy himself.
So
So,
imagine.
yeah.
I'm sure he's got a nanny or something. Or
I
his
don't know,
wife
eh?
just looks after. What do they do in New Zealand?
He's not in New Zealand at the moment.
Down under next to down under.
I think he's in LA at the moment, or California, but I think he said LA.
So he's probably like moved or something like that, not
Yeah.
living there anymore.
He was supposed to be going to Australia, but then because of all the flights cancelled and all of that,
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't.
running up a hotel bill there, eh?
He's by a friend's house.
He's by a
He's
friend's
looking
house.
after a friend's house
Imagine that.
and
That's
living out of
nice.
suitcases.
Right?
Yeah.
Shame. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
very nice. No place like home, hey?
Right.
Yes.
So that was movies that have been affected by the coronavirus. Yes, even the movie industry has been affected.
Yeah, COVID-19.
Yeah. In fact, our
Damn.
own movie, Amnesiacs, was supposed to be released on the 9th of April.
Uh-huh.
And currently it is in production limbo.
Production has just like...
We were busy with ADR when we had to get locked down and everything. So
I was like rushing color grade. I'm like, quickly, I got to get the scene because I'm like setting myself deadlines every day so I can meet the daily deadlines. And I'm just rushing. And then the thing happened and I'm just like,
right. So
And yes, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that just gives me time to maybe perfect this or that. Well, we'll see what happens there.
right. Yeah, so this has been the movie
That
show.
was very interesting.
This was a different show.
That was
I
a
enjoyed
really
it
interesting
actually.
show.
So if you tell us what you think of this
Uh-huh.
new type of show that we
Yes,
did.
yes, of
I feel
course.
like we should call it the gossip session.
She said, he said, yeah.
Right?
So said.
So apparently,
Apparently.
I heard from a friend who heard from their friend who told their aunt whose dog said that the cat had a bird and
Right. Hey, yo, man, I heard that this cat had a dog and that my great uncle said to me, Johnny, if you don't ever repeat what I said, then I'm going to make sure it gets out of there. Because my grandpa always said, news that's never told. And then you can go across characters and stuff like
Right.
that. So, yeah, it's a so sad situation. But that was cool. Guys, tell us what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, right? Go look for us on Facebook, Active FM. Go look for us on Instagram.
Yes.
You can go check for us on TikTok. Yes, TikTok.
TikTok.
Yes, TikTok. Okay, for those who have been stuck on TikTok, no jokes. Me and my wife got stuck on TikTok for half an hour the one day.
I don't even go
on one
on
phone.
TikTok
On one
anymore.
phone. We're sitting there. We're
right.
both going, Oh no, that one's stupid. No jokes. TikTok, you can go onto YouTube as well. They look for, so first of all, you need to look for our channel there, Active TV. There are hundreds, and you can also get lost there. There's some fabulous stuff that's busy happening there at the moment. And go look for the movie show playlist in between. Don't forget to go there because you're going to get lost in all the other stuff, the other cool stuff. When you get stuck on something. I think my Facebook and my Instagram is YouTube. Especially when you can put on your TV, because I got a Chromecast. You finished, that's it, you lost. I found some new series, by the way, pretty cool. And then what else am I forgetting? Of course, the podcast apps on Apple and on Android. Go look for it. Android is called Google Podcast. It works exactly the same as the Apple Podcast. It doesn't come standard. You need to go look for it in the App Store. Google Podcast.
Yeah. And then we are also on Spotify.
That's right.
And just to mention, with our Instagram account, so there's 2 that you can go and follow. The first one is Active FM, which is really awesome because it tells you everything that is happening with Active FM. And then the second one is the movie show. You can go follow the movie show. And then on YouTube, we are on Active TV, but Active FM also has their own YouTube channel. And what's really cool with Active FM's YouTube channel is you can actually go and listen to the shows on YouTube. So if you don't have a podcast app or you're not really able to get the shows anywhere else, then you can go check out Active FM on YouTube and listen to the shows from there. And then we just recently launched our new website.
That's right.
It's really, really cool. Big ups to all the people that worked on it. It's really amazing. Yeah, it's www.activefm.co.za. Go check it out. It's really user-friendly. Gives you the rundown. It gives you, if you want to quickly find a show or you want to look for more shows and you don't know where to go find them, well, then go to the website. It's really awesome.
I can hear a lot of people going there right now. Well, the rest of you might as well join those ones.
Yes.
Off you go.
Definitely.
There you go.
Right.
www.activefm.co.za.
Yeah.
And of course, don't forget to subscribe and like, guys.
Yes.
Right? Hit like because you like
Definitely.
it. You like us, right?
We like you.
So like.
Yes.
Of course, we like you. Why? Because, well, we do this every week.
Just in case you were,
We like
slightly concerned.
Right. Nope. Thumbs
You
up.
don't want to get in a physical fight
Right.
or throw anything at you. Or
If you had a... Too soon, Sashi. Too soon.
Okay, sorry.
All right. If each of you had a like button, I would hit it.
Yeah, you would hit it. Too soon, Ryan. Why are you hitting a like?
Okay.
Can you gently
all right.
push the like button?
I wouldn't...
Click on.
I wouldn't hurt or punch, but still hit the like button.
I'm really glad I'm not sitting next to Ryan right now. I'm glad I'm across the room, right?
That makes it
I
worse
feel
because I can
safe.
still throw something at you. Cut off a finger or something,
Okay, before any one of us get hurt, this is the movie show.
On Active
I'm
FM.
Sash.
And I'm Ryan.
Signing out. Peace.
Until next week.
Live right here on Active FM, we bring to you the Active Worship Inception album.
The joy of the Lord is my strength. I rejoice at your word, unfading. I've been set free instantaneously. I find myself in the presence of the cross. Let my life be defined by your endless victory.
You can stream the album on Spotify and Apple iTunes. If you're interested in downloading the album, well, contact us for more info.